We're going to be seeing right now, though, Ido versus Rice.
Ido going Lucario. I didn't even know he had a Lucario.
He has a Lucario.
This is something I actually found out relatively recently, that apparently Meta Knight struggles a lot in the Mario matchup. It's apparently his worst matchup, so I could see this being as sort of Ido trying out potential counter picks because he has that extra set reset to have the ability to test things out in a tournament setting where he knows his opponent is exploiting every hole in his gameplay.
Yeah.
That's the fastest way to level up anyone. Like, it's like Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Where like you want those high level opponents so that you can actually level up your Pokemon really fast.
Makes a lot of sense. And of course, you're playing a character that has X Factor.
Oh yeah.
The better your punish game, the more opportunities you're going to have to end up just outright winning situation. And the strong thing about this particular matchup is you're going to be looking at a character who you can trade with, where if you trade aerials, yours is going to kill him, his isn't.
Right, because you're pushing yourself forward also to that aura buildup as well. So trades, you technically have a little bit of extra profit off of them.
Yep.
Wow! Rice having such a great sense of when people want to fire their charge shots, like we saw against Itaku. But I feel like Lucario actually does make a great amount of sense for Ido, like you were saying earlier, and we were talking about during Winners Finals, how Ido is able to constantly snatch games that he should have lost because he has like a 180% deficit, or like just 80% deficit, but still able to bring it back with the aura factor. That makes that even more likely, and it plays to his strength as a player.
Now, I think that something about Rice, I have to go and double check to see if he's been doing this, but a lot of why I think people end up throwing out their aura spheres or their charged abilities in certain moments, maybe Rice is dashing forward slightly and then caping.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. Basically stutter stepping, even if we're going to go that far back into the terminology. But
I want to watch for that as the set develops.
Yeah.
We'll keep track of it. Oh, that time he just
right there, right into the fair. Yeah.
From what I hear, you have to DI out to get away from that. To even have a chance at a mix-up. And even then, you have to read the mix-up for what timing Mario's going to go for. And for really smart players, when you're respecting your opponent's intelligence, you're expecting them to respect your intelligence, expecting them to expect you to air dodge. It's an air dodge bait. So just going straight out with the forward air totally can get smart players off guard.
It's really smart to go, hey, this person's not going to air dodge because that's what bad players do in this situation. So you just have to kind of go for it.
You're abusing their smarts. It's beautiful every time I see it. Ido's sticking to his Lucario choice, though.
Yeah. I mean, he has this whole set to sit and try and learn more things about Rice and how he wants to play this out.
Right, and Rice is a Mario that I believe Shaky compared him to Ally when he's on his like really on days. Rice is able to like play that caliber of a Mario. Not often you get to play a Mario that's that on, so you learn everything you can in those situations. It is a bit risky though, because if Rice as a momentum player keeps riding this momentum into set 2, Ido might regret giving him the space to get his engines going.
Yeah. Ido's one of those kinds of players that I can see him doing really well against Rice in set 2 because he is one of the anti-momentum players. He knows how to ride momentum himself. It's because, like you've said, it's a very momentum-based game. There are situations where you go for the punish because you know that you have the advantage. That's just how it is. But Ido can be really slow and really patient and wait you out. That doesn't happen nearly as often in these games with other players than you see. Really, like maybe Trevante or even Itaku really just wait out situations.
He's just like a few inches more patient than you'd expect anyone to be.
Yeah.
And that couple inches, that couple half seconds ends up making all the difference. Great command grab right there. Closing out that stock with only 92%, which actually makes Lucario rather scary already.
Yeah. Both of these guys looking for grabs on that platform. Rice opts in to go for, the up smash. Ido hasn't got more than one hit on him too far.
Oh, I love that setup right there. Ido recognized the ability to go from jab 1 into grab and was afraid of like a back throw to get him off stage in an edge guard situation. Roll back, Rice reads that, catches him with the up smash. Really great stuff.
Ido's got some free damage, early percent right now. But this is Mario we're talking to. You get him in the right space, and he has quite a long combo ahead of him. Ido goes for an up air. Rice defends with that down air. Ido completely unafraid of trades. He will go straight in the air.
Yeah, Lucario is one of those characters that wins on trade because of his fantastic comeback ability, because of that aura.
Okay, he's got fully charged Aura Sphere.
Rice again going in a little bit too hard. Great pick off the ledge drop down with the Aura Sphere by Ido.
And it was a good move because Rice always goes for jump air dodge. If you catch those first frames, side B. Disgusting.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like Lucario really is a great character for Ido, just in terms of like player style. Because the other thing about Lucario is he has a good punish game in that his attacks come out fast, but they tend to have a bit of extra end lag on them. So you can't really just like throw them out to contest. You have to like selectively choose them to punish opponents, especially when opponents are used to being safe on things.
Yeah.
His attacks come out just fast enough to punish. And Ido's a Meta Knight main, like one of the people who invented the Meta Knight we all like fear in the meta. And that's all built off of having an extremely strong punish game. So I feel like Lucario really plays both to his comeback ability and to his like the way he likes playing neutral as a more reactive force.
Let's see how this ends up working out here. It's interesting how I think that people play certain characters to where they don't necessarily look for stage control because they want their opponent to come to them. They'll go to the edge. Like, okay, well, it's better if you just close that gap and come closer to me.
Because then you still have access to your tilts, for example, your other spacing tools. Whereas out of a dash, you're kind of actually locked in out of a lot of your options as a character.
Yeah, Ido's been looking a lot more comfortable limiting the space that Rice has and forcing Rice to approach and then punishing that approach option. That's netted him a good amount of percent, although Rice is looking pretty clean right now.
And I actually think that tactic might get stronger the more percent that Rice gets, that Ido gets on, right? Because doesn't the aura range increase the more damage Lucario gets, so that he gets more disjoint to be able to play that poking war against Rice's offense?
Yeah, it's definitely going to give him a lot more strength and spacing. Rice super patient, waiting around that shield. Ido's, I mean, that's another playing to the intelligence of your opponent.
Oh, that's going to be a regrab. Oh, I don't.
Rice went for get up attack.
Was that so like a get up attack to stage spike Ido? I
think that's what he wanted.
Okay. Because I was pretty sure that Mario down smash would catch the ledge, so I feel like just standing up there and charging down smash because you know Ido either has to come to the ledge or go over the ledge slightly, and you can still punish him out of his up B.
Oh, good tech.
Oh my gosh.
Punishes on both sides.
Ido, I can see Rice now trying to bait out that Aura Sphere desperately.
So he used side B, but then he moved forward and side B again. Side B again.
There we go! Gets it.
He just knows every time. It was a strong option to use Aura Sphere there because you want to put your opponent in shield stun, or you want to hit them and push them away from trying to edge guard you.
And it's also really smart on Rice too because Ido just saw him whiff like 5 capes, right? If you whip 5 capes in a row, like you think, okay, surely he's smart enough to know I'm not going to fire the Aura Sphere, so he's going to stop throwing capes, so now I can throw it, and Rice is like, nah, I'm going to keep throwing it because you think I'd stop.
Rice is going to go for it. Nope. No going for the up B that time. He's got a strong lead again in a situation where not only has everything changed, like the game plan has changed again. This is what those situations with what makes
catches Ido, Rice outside of his fireball.
That was nasty. The game plan has changed, and Ido hasn't become accustomed to it. And that's a big problem. Is that if his plan was to go to the corner of the stage and then get Rice to come in and be able to go in and punish, that's not going to work out anymore because now you're at a deficit. You have to go in. And the trades are not nearly as worth it. So now you're at high percent.
And one thing that I'm already noticing in this neutral is that Rice is doing, okay, right there, he finally made a failed read on his panic options. But for a solid 10, 20 seconds before that, he was reading exactly where Ido wanted to roll and was following him just like white on rice.
That Aura Sphere into up smash, guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. The hit stun locks you into that place. Like, at best, you can maybe try to up B and pray that you got out.
Yeah. As soon as you get, that's why B reverse Aura Sphere is so important, because there's a couple of different things that you can do. Some people go for grabs, some people go for the up smash, some people will release the Aura Sphere. But it's very easy to close out stocks that way, because the worst thing that can happen is that your opponent ends up getting hit on shield by it, and they shield the eye out.
Yeah.
Or they're not smart, they don't.
And then they get whatever punish they can maybe get out of a shield, which for most characters ends up not being major enough to kill you at low percents. And it's just like, as you were saying, it's such a powerful option because you can cancel into a shield, and there are a lot of things you can then do out of shield in this game.
Yeah.
So you have so many mix-up potentials. You can just grab them with your command grab out of it. You can up smash them, or just keep charging your sphere. Tons of things.
Ido's being really smart about when he's using his Aura Spheres now.
Rice is on top of the back rolls that Ido is doing right now.
Yeah. So Ido has caught some Aura Spheres so far, but he's caught them every single time Rice has been coming in for a back air. So he's waiting for and trying to find a pattern in Rice's back air attempts, and then is throwing the Aura Sphere at that time. Because Rice doesn't use cape in the air when he's falling down. He's always ends up using like some kind of aerial to either approach or to be safe.
Back throw should take it from there. Yeah, smash full, smaller side boundaries. But that's absolutely a great observation, and really great on Ido to notice that shift in like just micro spacing essentially.
Yeah. It's starting to look like, I mean, regardless of the fact that it's Rice, Mario is Mario, and that's the way people kind of have to start looking at matchups when they play against others. Is that Ido's like, hey, okay, Mario has these specific tools that make it safe for him in neutral.
F smash, almost taking it.
So close.
Only 60% aura too.
Free. He ended up getting the punish, but it wasn't the strong hit.
And that's such a scary setup, too, because if you try to do the roll get up to get past Lucario, he just throws the Aura Sphere at you and punishes that, too. Such a strong option select and great spot dodge punish by Ido. Ido takes it just with Lucario in Grand Finals.
Yeah. I think that Ido is one of the people who